Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time, my name is Steven T. I am a makeup artist here in New York, and today I got into a fight with Crayola. They won. No, just kidding. This is not a video for Crayola. Don't sue me. This video, we will be testing and reviewing the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. In this palette, we have 30 pressed pigments, including a row of neutrals, which is absolutely everything. You rarely see that. Palette's either neutrals or it's color. That's it. So, if you want to see how I create this insanely pigmented rainbow look, keep on watching. All right, get into this blonde eyebrow mannequin Dark Lord-esque kind of fantasy we got going on. I typically do this kind of aesthetic when I'm doing something either extremely dark on the eyes or something very, very, very colorful, especially if it has a lot of colors. And the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette is not short of color at all. Like everything you can think of is in here, including a row of neutrals with a black and a white, which is very, very impressive. So I can't wait to dive in with this. So I want as much real estate as possible so we can really showcase as many colors, whether it's going to be garage doored, blown up to the forehead. I don't know. I've done so many different types of rainbow makeups, especially for Pride seasons. I don't know where I'm gonna go with this, but it's gonna be fun. And if you guys are interested, keep on watching and let's get to blending. So off camera, I just prepped the war zone here with the RCMA No Color Loose Powder. This stuff is amazing. Definitely recommend it, especially if you do more theatrical looks, anything really, really colorful, or anything that involves a lot of black. It's great for just protecting the skin, catching fallout, and it's actually pretty good for highlighting. I love it all over the face as well, and especially just right here. So we are definitely ready, and now it's time to reveal the palette. Once again, here it is here. We got some little reflective moments, catching a little bit of rainbow in there, and the cute little bunny logo. Love it. And now, let's see what we're working with. Oh, wow. Can you see that? Literally, everything is here. This is just a complete rainbow fantasy with your neutrals and a nice smoky moment. There's so many different things we can do with this palette, and I am just ready to dive right in. This is like a whole Skittles Crayola fantasy right now, and I'm here for it. You guys ready? I don't know where we're gonna go with this, but there's gonna be color everywhere. Do forgive me if you see a little bit of yellow there. When I was actually filming, testing the first shade, I realized I didn't prime my eyelids yet. Sorry, sometimes you just get too excited, you're not used to filming. Stuff happens. But anyway, we are going to go in with, first, Wildflower, which is right over here. It's a bit of a yellowy green. I don't know if you can see that greenish tint on camera. For me, that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I want to test out first. We're just gonna have to pretend, since obviously I already ruined it by testing this out, but it really, really picks up, and there is very little to no kickback in the pan itself. Very happy about that. Now let's see how it lays down. I might do a bit of a cut crease moment, which is why I'm starting really up here. And obviously, like I said before, I want to take advantage of that minimal brow and just go up. Wow, that's yellow. I'm here for it. What do you guys think? You already know the drill. Off camera, I will be trying to duplicate everything on the other eye. That said, the next shade we're gonna test out is Serendipity, right over here next to Wildflower. I really wanna add a little bit more of that yellow right here towards my nose, just to give us that nice starting point. I do like brighter shades in my inner corners just to really open up my eyes. Wow, even right here in my mirror, I'm seeing pure yellow. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but that's what I'm getting right now. This one for sure does have some kickback, but I'm not mad at it. I'm really more about the color payoff. You know, I know we all like our palettes to look pristine at all times, but listen, if it gets messy, that means you're using it. Just a little bit more there. And I am gonna bring it a little bit into my nose contour. Can you see that? I'm really loving it. You can definitely see the transition between those two shades. I am gonna take that brush that had Wildflower and just softly blend those two together and soften those edges. Perfect. Moving right along, we're gonna jump in, we're gonna get some greens. Like I said, we are doing a whole rainbow fantasy moment. And I think I'm gonna start first with the shade Remedy, which is right over here. Beautiful green, definitely my vibe for sure. I love green eyeshadows on my complexion. Let's see how that picks up. Minimal to no kickback again, just like that Wildflower shade. And look at that. Nice and saturated. I will say the downside of pressed pigments as opposed to standard eyeshadows, these do stain, so don't freak out if your eyelids are stained a little bit. Just use a good oil-based cleanser for your eyes, you'll be fine. And your brushes might be a little stained too, so a good brush cleaner will help with that. Now let's see what this one does. We're just gonna blend it right into that Wildflower shade. I think she's green. What do you think? I mean, it is still March. We just passed St. Patty's, but I like this. Now I'm just laying it down first to get the color payoff, and then I will blend it in. So how are we liking this so far? We have that yellow, we have that yellowy green, and right into the green. And so far for me personally, I am really, really impressed. Like I said, with pressed pigments, you know, what you see is what you get, and that's what I'm enjoying so far and definitely seeing in this palette. The next one we're gonna do is Dream. It's a soft, kind of periwinkle-ish blue shade, and that's what I'm going to use to transition to the actual blues. All right. See how that picks up? We got some fallout, some kickback, but it's all good. Let's see how she applies. Wow, this is picking up, like, I'm seeing it in the mirror and I'm definitely seeing it here on camera. I am honestly blown away. Just gonna pick up a little bit more because we are gonna blend those edges and I don't wanna take away too much of that blue. I am thinking because we have so much color, I am just gonna do a full feline kind of moment and just wing that rainbow right out. Maybe cut the crease. Sorry, it's a tired technique, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna replicate on the other eye and I'll be right back. We got our shape. It's already about to extend past my eyebrow, which I'm really, really excited to do. And moving along, we're gonna jump into Chance, which is a very rich kind of royal blue moment right over here. Just gonna use that same brush that had the light Dream shade on. Look at that. That's blue. That's what I wanna see. Just gonna lightly pack it on. I know we have all that powder protecting us, but that doesn't mean I want to go crazy and have to sweep up a whole ton, you know? All right, this shade is definitely reading a little deeper than I thought it would, but not mad at it. It's still blue and that's what matters. It's not reading navy on my skin or almost black. Like I'm sure Spellbound, which is right over here, that would definitely read pretty dark. In a good way. Not mad at that at all. All right, again, just packing that on where I want the color to showcase itself. And then once I'm done, I'm just gonna take off some of the pigment from the brush and just softly blend those edges. That's what I've been doing with every shade in between. A look like this is definitely a trust the process. So don't worry if you look like paint by number as you're going along. Yes, I really did just say that. You will look like paint by number. Once you do all your blending, cutting the crease and all that, it'll be amazing. See you in a sec. You know what we're gonna do. I did notice something while I was blending the blue shades together. They did have a bit of a chalk dust kind of moment where the lighter blue kind of faded off as I blended. So I just have to pack on a little bit more. It's not a bad thing. It does happen, especially with pressed pigments and more especially with blue shades. It's all good. We can still see some blue and now we're ready to move on. I need to have my purple fantasy moment and I will be jumping in with Signs, which is right over here. It's definitely a bit more of a bluer purple in person, but on camera it's reading a bit more violet-ish. But let's see how it performs. Hi. That's purple. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have some fun with this. And I'm just gonna go completely out with this wing. It's reading pretty well on camera. In person, it does look a little splotchy. It could also be my brush. Maybe I use something a bit too soft for it, but we're gonna keep going. Again, like I said, trust the process. I like it. I really, really do. That's definitely a purple shade. I am here for it. Overall, purples are not easy in the makeup world, so I'm impressed that I'm getting purple and it doesn't look like a bruise on my skin. Like, it looks like color. Definitely here for that. All right, again, this is gonna wind up over there off camera. See you guys in a sec. Purple is laid down, and now the not so fun part. I will admit I'm not a fan of cut creases, one because I can't do them that well, but we're gonna do it anyway just for you guys. I will do one eye on camera, so please bear with me. All right, to cut my crease I am using, and where did I put it? Here it is. The P. Louise base here. So we're just gonna start from here and work our way over. All right, ready? Here we go. You want to place and blend down as you're doing this. One, because the product does dry pretty fast, so you want to work quickly. And two, I do recommend just kind of looking down while you're doing it and following your eye shape. I mean, yes, we're obviously creating an artificial lid, but if you hold your eye up, the minute you let go, you lose all that real estate. Everything you just drew is now hidden by folds or hoods or whatever the case may be. So you kind of want to just look down and follow along. Another thing you can do with cutting your crease, you can actually use a clear eye primer just to clean up all that excess color that's on your eyelid if you wanted a very clean, bare eyelid. I mean, if you're gonna put something over it, it's not a big deal. But if you want it to stay, you know, as fleshy as possible, you may wanna clean that up first. Something I've definitely learned the hard way. I've cut my crease while doing a blue smoky eye, and this base turned like a periwinkle blue in like an hour because there was just so much blue under it. So, food for thought. All right, now I'm just working my way down. And I'm not gonna extend this all the way. I'm actually gonna use my foundation to clean up that purple and just sharpen it. You see how this has now been kind of lifted? I have more of an eyelid kind of moment. That's what we're going for. So I pulled it out that far, and from there, I'm gonna grab my foundation and blend the rest of it. Be right back. I'm gonna duplicate the other eye. We are back. The crease has been cut. Symmetry's okay. Having a smaller left eye does make things a little bit difficult, so I really have to kind of focus on that. What I am gonna do now is just set it with a little bit of that highlighter shade from my Kimchi Contour Compact here. I know I rarely use that highlighting part, but it's a great eyeshadow, I will admit. So I'm just gonna press that on. There is a white eyeshadow in the Blend Bunny palette. However, I don't want a full white eyelid, so I'd rather something that's a bit more fleshy. I will be using that white for something else though, you'll see. Perfect. It is time for the under eye. I'm really excited about this part. We're just gonna have the full rainbow moment from top to bottom, okay? We left off with the purple at the end, so I think we're gonna come under that right there and probably start with the pink and blend it all the way up till we get to the orange to meet the yellow. We are going in with Sunsets. I'm gonna start a little bit, actually no, that's a bit too muted. I think we're gonna do Chase instead. I want a hot pink moment. Like, yeah, don't you? All right. Using a dark bristled brush, and you can see how pigmented that is. Like, are you excited? I know I am. I'm gonna start just right here. Just right where that cut crease moment kind of ended. And I did have my highlighter shade concealer under, so that's why that color is really, really popping. So you can say that could be my base right now. That's nuts. I'm really loving that right now. All right, Chase, she's cute. Yeah, I like that. So I had an idea while I was replicating on this eye. I'm gonna deepen the ends, and just because I love anything with fangs, I have to go in with the shade Vamp. It's reading a bit lighter on camera, but she's definitely darker than Chase. Kind of want to add that to the ends here, okay? Just to kind of bring it closer to that purple moment and give some extra definition to Chase. Not the bank, the shade. Yeah, that's what I really wanted. That's what I was going for there. Okay, just a little bit more. Beautiful. Our pinks are laid down. Now it's time to jump in with the reds. Red eyeshadows, red pressed pigments, no matter what, always tricky. A lot of times, very chalky. So let's hope Self-Love is anything but. I mean, look at how pigmented that is right there. It better be that on my face, like for real. Okay, I'm ready for that. I know you can tell I'm not pressing it where the pink is just yet because I want the red to be right there. Then I'll softly work my way to the pink to blend it. Oh, I need to have like a black smoky eye moment with this red eyeshadow in the crease instead of a neutral. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Okay, now that it's saturated where I wanted it, I will take what's left on the brush and just marry it to the pink and just kind of fade it out here so we can get the oranges going. And I instinctually dip back into the palette, sorry. It's a habit. All right, now we're gonna do what I said I was gonna do. Okay, now seeing that, I've noticed it did have a chalky moment, just like the blue, where it kind of took away some of that pigment. So I'm gonna have to reapply a bit there and hopefully it stays put. But first, I just wanna fade it out here. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna even it out and fix that. The reds are on both eyes. Definitely touched up a little bit more with that Chase and Self-Love shades. Now we're gonna jump in with the orange, and the shade we're gonna use today is called Barley. Look at that. Like, I'm actually gonna jump in with both of these for sure, but I wanna start with the Barley because it looks more straight up orange. All right, here we go. It's orange. I am gonna bring it as close to my inner corner as possible because I want it to be like it's waiting for that yellow right there. You see that? Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and since this is a small space, I will do the other eye for you guys on camera, that is. Look at that. Now, it did take away some of that red, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit more Self-Love just to marry them together. So just focusing that right there very lightly. Much better. Okay, that is definitely what I was going for. Hope you guys like it. We have this full kind of rainbow fantasy going on here. I know the shape's a little crazy. Off camera, I'm gonna dust off the setting powder and just clean up the edges, and we'll get in with definition with mascara and black eyeliner. Everything has been applied, cleaned up, and I am pretty satisfied. When I did dust off the powder, it did take away some of the pink and a little bit of the red, so I had to very carefully just kind of stipple it back in there. Use some of my foundation and concealer just to clean up, fix up the contour, and now let's get to defining. We got our black eyeliner, and today I am using the NYX Epic Wear liner. Does the color have a name, or do I want to just say black? Let's be real, I have no idea. Actually, it does. It's called Pitch Black. There you go. And this time I sharpened it. There we go. Both waterlines are on, and if you were here for my last video, I am now going to go in on the lashes with the Too Faced Cosmetics Damn Girl Mascara. Again, like I said in that last video, love, 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 love this formula. Definitely consider checking it out. All right, here we go. Of course I hit the eyelid. Why wouldn't I? It's all good. Once that dries, I will flake it right off. No biggie. I am going from the top down first because there was a lot of powder and a lot of eyeshadow fallout that just turned my lashes blonde. So I just want to clean that up and get them as black as possible. Helpful tip, by the way. And now we'll go in from the bottom. Okay, again, my eye that looks a bit smaller, I do like to help by lifting the lashes themselves. I don't need a curler, like my lashes do flutter out on their own, so I just like doing this with my finger. So while I waited for the mascara to dry, I did highlight and add some lip gloss, and I cleaned up the little mistake once that was done. So we are ready for my final thoughts. The Blends palette by Blend Buddy Cosmetics is absolutely amazing. It is worth every penny. It's only $40. $40 for 30 pressed pigment shadows. And hi, I use a very fair shade of an eyeshadow base. I did not use a white, so I can only imagine with the white, they probably explode even more off my skin, but I am not mad at this at all. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Nothing ever is. But yes, this was honestly amazing. Definitely some edits had to be made when dusting away, and there was some chalkiness. Everything picked right back up and blended right in, and I'm happy with it. I really, really do love it. They are an indie brand. Please support small businesses. Honestly, get this palette. I have so many colorful palettes from larger brands, smaller brands, and this is by far right now my absolute favorite. I've used about half of the shades in the palette in this video, and definitely will be playing and dipping back into this in other videos. So be on the lookout. You will see this as a feature focus. Even if I do a foundation review, I might just do an eye look with the neutrals in here, just throw a pop of color somewhere. There's so many things to do, and Pride is coming, so there will be more rainbow looks. I typically do a monochromatic week in Pride month, so be on the lookout for that too. I hope you guys love the look. I definitely had fun creating it. Using a lot of color is stressful. But it's also fun. Either way, this was a blast. Shout out to Blend Bunny Cosmetics. You guys are everything, and I'm looking forward to your next collection. Hope you guys are safe. Please leave a like, a comment, some feedback, and if you haven't yet, definitely subscribe. I appreciate you. And you know the drill. Whatever it is you're doing, be good or be good at it. Take care, guys.